Right. Supposedly, it is possible to hear me. I hope that is the case. Because otherwise, this is going to be brutal for no reason. Let's see if it comes in here. I'm just tagging a few people who I think might want to be present for this. One of them needs to wake up so that I can use her phone instead of my shit laptop to do this, but we won't talk about that too much. I'm trying to make sure the sound quality is not absolute shit, but it's... Right, who's watching? Let me see if that's... Right, you can hear me a little bit. Let me move a bit closer. I know it's shit because the microphone's broken. Let me know if that's any better, okay? It's been a long time since I've done this. I'm terrified, but I think it's time that people heard my side of the story. I'm aware that there's a lot of rumours that have been floating around, and I haven't, for legal reasons, actually been able to talk about it. Some people don't quite understand that because of the legal proceedings I was involved in, I wasn't supposed to talk about it, okay? I'm in a position now where I can talk about certain aspects of what's going on. There is some stuff I still cannot reveal, and I won't. I'm not going to jeopardise my cases in order to do that, but there is a lot being said and spread around that absolutely isn't true, and quite frankly, I need some help, okay? And I've done everything that I can within my power, and it is at the point now where I feel like maybe I should come to social media and see how people react. I might ask everybody who watches to kind of share this stream to everywhere they can. I'm going to give a little bit of an explanation as to what's gone on and how things ended up the way they did, and hope that someone somewhere can actually help, because there are a lot of people who have wanted to help but they haven't been able to. So I'm just going to share this link in a few places and then I will come back. I did try to go live on TikTok and do it through that, but it's not fucking happening, so it is what it is. Give you that. Yeah, so I'm so nervous to talk about it. I've kept everything so close. Oh. Give me a sec. I just want to make sure you can still hear me, okay? And please share this video, share it to like main Facebook, TikTok, or whatever you can, because I need as many eyes on it as possible. There's a chance I might get in trouble for doing this, but I'm at a point where this is a risk I'm willing to take in order to, because I've exhausted every option I have, and this is kind of the last one. So we see if I can put captions on. It may be that I have to add that after. think I do have to add it after. So 2 years ago, my youngest 3 children and my niece were removed from my care by the police. I was told that my youngest 3 could go with family for the weekend so that I could get something sorted, and then they could come back to me after. Right, this is what I was told at the time, so I agreed to that, and I was lied to. The next day I was arrested. Court proceedings. I'd already been involved with social services for quite some time and fighting them off as best I could. It worked until it didn't, and they had me arrested. For months and months I worked to get the no contact order they put in place lifted. By the time I was able to do that, which by the way is very difficult in itself, it's not something anyone can normally do, and I did, but by the time I'd done that, it was too late. Too late for me to just get them back. The social worker kept cutting my contact. I was down initially. I was supposed to see him 3 or 4 days a week, with a view to increasing that, and they dropped it down, and they continued to do that until they blocked me from being able to see my children at all, and I'm still fighting to see them now. I have all the evidence I need to prove that I didn't commit any crimes in regards to my children, but it doesn't matter to social services, they don't care. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I had a baby at home. I didn't inform anyone because I knew that as soon as social services heard, they would take that baby away from me. So I didn't tell anyone that I'd found out I was pregnant, other than a few people that I trusted, and I kept it to myself. I had him at home. Anyone who knows me knows I also had my Elijah, bless him. I gave birth to him at home as well. And what with it being my 6th baby, I wasn't concerned about how he was doing or his health or anything like that. He was perfect. I was breastfeeding him. He was feeding constantly, and my babies always do. Nearly a week ago, the police were called to my house. They were told that I was unconscious and I couldn't be woken up, and that the baby was asleep in the Moses basket. They were told a few other things that I don't really need to mention. I'm sure everybody's heard the rumours that go around. And when I found out that the police were outside my house, I couldn't come back, so I disappeared. I knew that they were going to find me. It was only a matter of time. I tried to slow them down a bit so that I could get in touch with legal representatives and my partner, so that he could know what was going on. And then they took him off me. They tricked me. They told me they was just going to weigh him in the ambulance to make sure he was okay, and they lied. As soon as they got my baby out of my hands, there were around 20 police officers that arrested me. They brought so many police officers because I have a history of not getting on with police officers, let's just say that, and they were concerned that I would become violent, trying to stop them from taking my baby. And if I had done, it would be over. I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. They separated us. They took us both to the hospital. They wouldn't let me feed him. I was begging them just to let me feed him on the way to the hospital. They wouldn't let me do it. When I got to the hospital, I kept asking. Everybody at the hospital was doing everything they could to try and bring him to me, but it wasn't allowed. So after 8 hours at the hospital, I authorised tests on him and on myself. I had to do urine toxicology and blood tests so that everybody could see the truth about what's in my system without having to explain. I'm sure you all understand what I'm trying to say here. And the police then took me to the police station to process me. There was no way around it. There wasn't one person that was involved in this that wanted to be doing what they were doing. The sergeant himself was basically in tears. He was like, is there not another way that we can do this? Is this the only option? Because of the way the law works, that's the case. So I was watched constantly by multiple police at all times. I must have had interactions with about 100 officers, and everybody was trying to find me all the information they could, get everything done quickly. I got out, and then I the next day I was served papers to say that I needed to be in court for emergency protection proceedings, and it was in Horsham. I'm in Brighton, and it's not easy to get there or quick. I made it. They did not expect that I would be able to get there in time, or that I would be all prepared at all, but I was, and I made it there. And I've managed to block social services from taking the legal rights of him. I've got until Wednesday, when I am in court again, and they will make interim decisions about care. I can't say any more than that. And I'm trying to throw everything I have at it. I have spent hours and hours constantly emailing and calling and texting and trying to do everything I can to sort of prove that I'm not a risk to my child. I'm about to go to the hospital to be tested again for drugs and things, so that with a view to me being able to breastfeed him when I see him at contact. As it stands, there is still a chance that I could get him home. But I need some help, and I don't know if this is the right decision. I don't know what sort of problems this is going to cause for me, but I can't sit here all weekend and do nothing. As soon as it turned 6 o'clock yesterday, I was like, well, great, now everybody's phones are turned off, and I can't do anything to bring him closer to me right now. And I can't just sit here and do nothing. So I decided to do this. I'm going to throw together some sort of video, it's a bit more cohesive, and I'll include things that I think might be helpful to people to know, to see if there's anything that anyone can do. I know a lot of people know me. I've spent the last 2 years thinking that everybody believed everything that was said about me, so I haven't gone to people for help. I haven't been able to trust anyone, because the people I thought I could trust are the people that have caused the most problems. So I was scared. And now I'm desperate. And I just hope there's someone out there who will help me. I need my babies back. Now, as it stands, my son's health has actually deteriorated while he's been in the care of people who aren't me. When I saw him, he was not himself. He's not critically ill or anything like that. He's been discharged from hospital, which means there is nothing wrong. And there was no reason for him to be taken out of my arms. And pretty much everyone agrees. But now my fight is with social services, and I think we all know how hard that is. I'm going to try and work out how I can get the sound working a bit better on the laptop and come back again, but I needed to do this before I lost the bottle, before I lost the confidence to actually do it. If you do see this, please share it, please. And if you have any ideas about how you can help or anyone can help, and if anyone wants to come forward with a witness statement, disclosing, what they know me to be like and how I am with children, and the fact that I'm being classified as a risk to any children is unbelievable. because anybody who's seen me with kids knows I'm not something they need to worry about. But that I'm a risk to my newborn baby, that I would ever do anything to hurt or neglect a baby. That is the most heartbreaking thing I have ever felt. I'm gonna go before I say things that get me in trouble. I will hopefully come back with some better sound quality and make a bit more sense. Yeah, I don't know what else